I sent you a YouTube video to watch before you do this one that explains what analogies are. So watch that video, and then I need you to cut out the different pieces and glue them in your notebook. So you need, this is all one page, so glue this down. And then there's another page that has these little pieces that we're gonna glue inside. You don't have to color it unless you want to, but the more important thing is to put the sort these correctly. So we're gonna do that together. So pause the video, get this cut out and glued in, and then come back and we'll sort them together. Up here and in the video, it tells you that an analogy is when you compare two things that are different but have something in common. So they could be antonyms, so both examples are opposite of each other. Synonyms means they're the same. They could be a tool and how you use the tool. So a pen, you write with a pen. Cause and effect, so you know what that is. We've done that before with our reading, but if you give a mouse a cookie as the cause, effect is what he's gonna want a glass of milk to go with it. So cause and effect. Action and object, so actions would be a verb, and then the object would be a noun that does the action. And then you can have a noun and an adjective. So a noun is a person, place, or thing, and an adjective describes the noun. Okay, so on your little papers you have one of each. So let's start with antonyms and find the top two is the example. So these ones at the top, they give you as an example, and then you need to finish the bottom one the same way that the top one's done. So which one of these two words are opposite of each other? Pretty and ugly are opposite, right? Ugly is the opposite of pretty. So pretty is to ugly as dark is to, so what would the opposite of dark be? The antonym of dark. The antonym of dark is light. Maybe if it would write for me. So you're going to write light as the opposite. So this one is your antonym example. So pretty is to ugly. So this little colon you read as is to. Pretty is to ugly as dark is to light. So pretty and ugly are opposite, dark and light are opposite. So that is your antonym. Then synonyms are two words that mean the same thing. So look through your pile again at the top words and find the ones that mean the same thing. All right, so laugh and giggle are synonyms. They mean the same thing. You could say, I laughed at the joke, I giggled at the joke. It means the same thing no matter what you put in the sentence. Then fiery needs a synonym. So some word that means the same thing as fiery. So we can put the word flaming. So laugh is to giggle, so those two mean the same thing as fiery is to flaming. So the building was fiery, the building was flaming. You could put either of those into the sentence and it would mean the same thing. So there's your analogy, that's synonyms. The next one is tools and their use. So look at your ones that are left and find a tool. So a hammer is a tool and its use is we hit with it, right? So hammer and hit would be a tool and its use. So let's do that one. So hammer is to hit as pencil is to, so what do you use a pencil to do? What do you do with a pencil? You write with a pencil. So hammer is to hit as pencil is to write. Then we have cause and effect. So which one of these causes something else to happen? Rain can cause a flood. It doesn't always cause a flood, but that would be a cause and effect. So rain is to flood, as hungry is to what? What happens when you're hungry? What's the effect? I'm gonna put hangry, because if you're hungry, it makes you hungry and angry. So sometimes if you don't get your lunch on time, it makes you a little grumpy. Even though I don't really know if hangry is a real word, but you know what it is. So rain causes a flood, being hungry causes you to be hangry, or we can just put angry. Okay, so cause and effect. Then you need to find an action and an object. So which one of these has a verb? Cat's a noun, Fluffy's an adjective, read is a verb, and book is a noun. So this one has an action, which is to read, and the object that you're reading is a book. So read is to book, as watch is to what do you watch? Let's put a TV. So you read a book and you watch a TV. That's how you can compare those two things. And then the last one is a noun and an adjective. So a cat is to Fluffy, so you can call a cat Fluffy. As elephant is to, so you need to come up with an adjective to describe an elephant. So you could say elephant is to large. You could say elephant is to gray, because that's the color of it. I'm going to say large. Okay, so then you can glue those all in under the flaps. I'll open them all up so you can see them again. And then I'm going to show you what you're going to do on Monday for your work on analogies. So the antonym, so the opposite. Pretty is to ugly, as dark is to light. Synonyms, so when they're the same. Laugh is to giggle, as fiery is to flaming. Tools in their use. Hammer is to hit, as pencil is to write. Cause and effect. Rain is to flood, as hungry is to hangry or angry. Action and object. Read is to book, as watch is to TV. And then noun and adjective. Cat is to Fluffy, as elephant is to large. So that's analogies, and as you can see, we already picked 6 different ways. So there's lots of different ways that you can compare things. But what you're doing is looking at how the 2 top words are together. So cat and Fluffy is a noun and an adjective. Then down here you need to have the same thing, so a noun and an adjective. Or for analogy, or antonym, excuse me. For antonym, you have pretty and ugly, which are opposites. So then down here, dark and light need to be opposites. So you look at the first 2 words and then come up with something at the bottom that means the same thing. So on Monday, you're going to do this page, which is similar to what you just did. So you're going to look at the top 2 words, cold and warm, and think about how they are related to each other. So cold and warm are opposite. So soft, we need to come up with the antonym, the opposite of soft. So I'm going to put hard, because soft and hard are opposites. So then you're going to go through and fill out the rest of them. And you can glue this in your notebook, or you can just leave it as a worksheet page. And that's all you need to do for analogies. But make sure you do them and practice them, because it is going to be some of the questions on your reading test for the exploring Mount Everest are going to be analogies. So that will be on the test. So make sure you watch that video and you try to figure out how analogies are so that you can get the questions on the test.